All right, MoBeer, Beer Advent Day 4. So, pretty amped up today. I've been home for 5 days. Gonna hit the road again tomorrow for work. Don't worry, we'll take the show on the road. Haven't been home for 5 days since I think February, so I am rejuvenated, amped up, and I've been drinking plenty of beer. As you can see, one thing I've noticed, when you see yourself on camera, you notice things about yourself that you never really see. I know about my overweight. Thanks also for the comments. However, for whatever reason, this eyebrow, when I speak, seems to be way higher than the other eyebrow. I can't tell if it's doing it right now. I couldn't do that if I tried. I'm not The Rock. I can't even do it. But for whatever reason in the videos, it does that. So I learned a lot about myself, having a whole lot of fun. Thanks for all the likes, the comments, the views. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Do all those things that people say during these videos. So today we are going to be reviewing another beer, another holiday beer. Today we've got Berkshire's Holidale. Berkshire Holidale, not to be confused with Breckenridge Holidale, which is a rare beer. They only put out about 400 or 500 of them a year. Everybody waits in line for them. They kind of wait for it. This is actually a good beer too, though. I've had this before, but here's the good news about Holidale, is that every year they change the recipe slightly. So it's a little bit different every year, so you kind of don't know what you get. It's just like Christmas. You get a surprise. You get to open it every year and see what you got. So I have no idea what to expect with this. So Holidale by Berkshire Brewing Company is what we're going to review today. So let's see here. So we need a bottle opener to start with. Bottle opener. So a couple things about this Berkshire Holidale. So Berkshire Holidale is an unfiltered and unpasteurized beer. So what does that mean? There are a couple of different ways that you put CO2 into a beer. One way is that you kind of force do it before you cap it, and the beer collects the CO2, lets the oxygen out. The other way is to put sugars in it and let the yeast do the work, and that keeps a fresher beer for longer. So what will happen in a beer that is unfiltered is if this was a more clear bottle, or if you put it up to the light, you'd be able to see on the bottom that there's sediment, and that is your yeast. That is the yeast cells kind of floating to the bottom. It is absolutely okay to drink the yeast sediment. In fact, it brings a lot of flavor to the beer. So you can do it without. There's no real way to filter the beer. You can't put it through a strainer or anything like that and have the beer taste the same. You're probably going to get two different flavors if you try to take the sediment out than you would in, but it's absolutely okay. It brings some flavor to it. And it'll bring some different colors to it as well. So that's what we have there. So we're going to give this bottle an open. Actually, before we do, let's get some glassware. What are we going to do for this one today? Let's get a good clear glass. This is Wicked Good Getty's. Anybody hasn't been to Getty's in Bar Harbor? It's a very good little beer and restaurant and touristy town. So you will notice that in the 4 days we've been doing this, I have yet to pull out a chilled mug or a chilled glass. So with anything except for things like your basic Coors Lights and Bud Lights and things like that, you never ever want a frosty mug or a chilled glass when it comes to beer. It absolutely ruins it. Your beer is cold. If you serve your beer cold and you serve it in a room temperature glass, that's the way your brewers intended it to be. When you get a frosty mug, in particular, what you get like a beer slushie. And that's only good on one of those really, really, really hot days when you want to chew your beer. But I've never met anybody that wants to chew their beer, so you certainly don't want to do that. Your room temperature glass is always the way to go. There's all different glasses. Glasses are made different ways. You'll see the Sam Adams glasses. I don't think I have a Sam Adams glass down here, but they kind of have the lip that tulips out so that the beer lands on your tongue a certain way. This glass here is made a certain way. People often ask about beer steins. I'm surrounded here by beer steins hanging from my ceiling, so let me grab a couple here. So we've got a couple of beer steins. Let's use this one. Let's use these. So here's what's good about beer steins. So beer steins, excuse me there, Ralphie. Beer steins initially were, back in the day when people were drinking beer, there was no real sanitary way to keep your beer out, and you had to really be careful what was in the air and what was being poured in. So this was the most important aspect of your beer stein, was the lid. That kept things out. So it would come in handy today. You know, you go to a bar, you see people go to the restroom, and they put a coaster on top of it to let people know that they're coming back for their beer. So maybe, lid closed would be another way to go back to it. But beer steins are typically made out of stone, porcelain. The The good thing about that is typically that's the only thing that you pour into a beer stein is beer, so you don't have to worry about any other flavors. Stone is a little bit more porous, so you get some of that beer that gets caught up into it, so you get that flavor that comes out of it. Also stone, and then I've actually got a metal one here. That'll keep the temperature a little cooler for you. It won't frost it like a frosty mug, and we won't have to worry about it, but that's the advantages of beer steins. I don't particularly like the beer stein. I think that they're cumbersome. I don't like the way that the beer gets caught up into some of the aspects. There's all different ones. I like to collect beer steins in beer glasses. I don't like to drink my beer out of it. All right, so back to Berkshire Brewing Company, Holidale. This is a Belgian-style quadruple ale. So we're at 10.5% alcohol in an unfiltered, unpasteurized beer. So before I'd open that, I just made a mistake. If you love that sediment, if you love the yeast, the best thing to do is we'll take our bottle from yesterday. Remember Santa's Little Helper yesterday? This one's empty now. So it's to kind of take that bottle and roll it a little bit so you get that sediment, you activate it. So we'll start our pour here anyway. Berkshire. You can see that nice haze. You can see that beautiful haze. Look at that haze in that beer. That's a good color. Look at that beautiful head. 2 fingers, about an inch. That's a perfect head. This beer is off to a really, really good start. Okay. We got some banana in there. We got some fruits. Little clove. All right. Mo ho ho, MoBeer. Cheers. Yowza, that is an excellent, excellent beer. I may just sit here and finish the bottle. Oh, look at that bubble. My bubble. Bubble. Pop. That is an excellent, excellent beer. It's not too much alcohol taste. It's got you get the hops and again in the middle, kind of a middle to high hops. You can definitely taste the fruits and the clove. You taste a lot of Christmas in this beer, but it's not a cinnamony, nutmeggy type of beer. This is a really, really good beer. This is a cheese and cracker beer. This is like Gouda and crackers. You don't like a sharp cheese with it, but it's like a Gouda and crackers. This is something to sip and enjoy and kind of snack on. That's a pairing that I would recommend for it. This is a delicious, delicious beer. They knocked it out of the park this year. This is a really nice job. Berkshire is by, I think it's in South Dennis, Massachusetts, so it's a local beer for us New Englanders. This is a pretty delicious beer. 2017, there's a label again, 2017, Holidale, Berkshire Brewing Company, South Dennis, Massachusetts. I think I'm going to have to check on that one. Here's a great thing about these reviews is you get one take. One take, that's it. Can't make any mistakes. I only buy 1 beer per, so that's why you have to have 1 take. That's my beer review today. Mo ho ho, Merry Christmas.